Directors Convention at Atlantic City. And Elizabeth is a licensed funeral director. How long have you been licensed?
I've been licensed for 11 years.
11 years. Okay,
yes.
So now let me ask you first the question I asked most of the funeral directors. What made you get started? What kind of inspired you to become a funeral director?
I was inspired by another funeral director who helped my family, and he was very compassionate and loving. And after spending about a week planning my grandmother and my aunt's funeral, I just knew I had to be in a funeral business because I wanted to be that person for families.
Oh, okay. Like that helped the families out during that time?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I enjoy as well, too, about being in this industry, that you get to help the families at what is it, like lowest points in their lives. So you kind of see it as a ministry. So now, you've been a funeral director for 11 years, and now you've actually gotten into the insurance side of it.
Yes.
All right, and you help people to get life insurance.
Yes.
Okay. Well, life insurance is vital for people to have. I've seen a lot of instances where people die obviously with no life insurance, and then people are left. The rest of the family is left to scramble of how they're going to pay for the funeral.
Yes.
So, what is your experience? What is the real benefit that you would share with people of why they should get life insurance? Besides, what I just mentioned, is there any other things you would say that they should get? When you go to a family or if you go to speak to a person, why should they get life insurance?
So life insurance gives people options. When I speak in public, I go through the whole spelling out of life insurance. You pay off debts and liabilities. You can do income replacement, especially if one person is the breadwinner and the other person is an at-home mom or stay-at-home parent. You can plan for college expenses for your children, as well as build a legacy for the future. So life insurance gives you options. Okay,
all right, that's great. Now, I know about term life insurance, and then there's other kinds of life insurance. Can you just briefly go over or speak about the different types that's available for people?
So term life insurance is the very most inexpensive life insurance you can purchase. You can purchase term life for a little bit of money, which will give you a lot of coverage. So a lot of times my recommendation is for someone to get a term life policy if that's only what they can afford at the time, but revisit something like a universal life or a whole life. Well, universal is in between the whole life and the term life. It gives you permanent insurance without the cash value of whole life. Whole life insurance builds cash value. So the great thing about whole life, you can borrow against it as well as, pay off debt, put your kids through college, pay it for a wedding, use it as a down payment for your first home. Whole life insurance gives you options. It's the Mercedes-Benz of life insurance. Why? Because it's so expensive. The great thing is the younger you are when you purchase it, the less amount of money you'll pay. And it's locked in. It does not increase. It's locked in for one set amount.
So it's almost like an investment, the whole life insurance, it sounds like.
Yes, it's more of an investment vehicle, yes. And some universal life policies can be in investment vehicles as well. It just does not build the same type of cash value that a whole life policy does.
Okay, all right, no, that's great. So you have the term, you have universal, you have whole life.
Yes.
Now, what would be some of the requirements? Because a lot of people might say, okay, this is great, I have these types of insurance I can get. What's the requirements for somebody to actually get the insurance?
It depends on the amount of insurance they need. In some cases, a physical is not required. In other cases, the physical is required. So it just depends on the amount of insurance that's needed. Okay.
Let me ask you this question now. You mentioned the amount. Is there a recommended amount that someone should get, or how do you really determine what's the amount of what the insurance that I would need to get?
Sure. So everyone's need is different. So when I sit down with people and go over insurance, I ask them, what do they have? Do they have children? Do they have a wife? Do they have someone that they want to leave money to? Do they have debts? Do they have a house? Do they have student loans? So everyone's situation is different. So I recommend the amount based on your needs.
Okay. All right. That's great. So now you sound like you're very well versed with this. How can they contact you in reference to getting insurance?
Sure. Again, my name is Elizabeth Carter. My email address is Elizabeth097D for David .Carter CARTER @libertymutual.com, and my phone number is 201-464-2144.
All right. You come from such a wonderful angle because you are a licensed funeral director.
Yes.
But then you know about that side, but then also you just know about the insurance side as well too. So thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you, Samuel. My pleasure.